Jethro goddamn Thompson. If we need to spear point the inquiry, the media inquiry investigation into this whole Russell Brand affair, it is Jethro fucking Thompson we need to make a goddamn beeline for. He will know everything about this. He would have been right at the center of it. He would have been right in the middle of the tornado. In the center of the whole thing. He would have been like running between everything. He's the middleman. Yeah. Oh, it's like, oh, don't shoot the messenger. Oh, don't blame the middleman. But no, like, it's also, isn't it, like the art of good business is being a good middleman, like making connections and like, if you're a shopkeeper, you're sort of a middleman between suppliers and the customer. If you sort of know what I mean. And suppliers, the middlemen between the processors and the retailers, and the processors are the middlemen between the farmers and the processors. And that's all orchestrated by retailers. I guess. What the fuck am I even talking about? He's just part of the desiccated heel of the whole thing. He's a heel within heels. This is heels within heels and wheels within wheels. Jethro is just a wheel of the whole thing, or he's been broken upon it. I don't know which is more likely, which is more true, which more echoes with great sentiment. Like, what is like his dramatis persona in all this? What's his character's echo? What like trail does he leave in it all? What are his movements? I need to know his exact trajectory. But then again, in theory, I could. In theory, I could, because it's all occurring in London, one of the most surveilled cities in all of Europe. It's in theory possible, I think. All this occurs in 2018. Have those records been deleted? Has all those CCTV files been deleted? Or maybe they have actually. Fuck it. In theory, it's possible. Where does he live? I'm supposed to say he live in Putney. Yes. I think. I started out living there, now we're living somewhere else. You won't dare live in Islington. Like all the posh people. Are they like that? No. Oh, God. What are you, Jethro? Who are you? You're Mr. Everyman. You're Mr. Bean. Or you're something like that. Like so of the 21st century. I'm sorry to say, like, I'm of an ancient model. I'm of the fields. Yeah, I'm of the hills and the fields and the streams. I'm like a creature. a sort of a dryad or something. I don't know, or a nymph. A sort of bird person. What am I? Oh God, no. No, I would not with you. I would not. No, 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 never, never. Not a homosexual relationship with you. No, I wouldn't do that. I would have higher standards than that. I'm sorry to say, I'd never kiss you. I'd never touch you, Jethro. Unless it's like with a pole or something to poke you. Actually, no, maybe I'd be touching you all the time. That's the thing, it'd be non-sexual touching. It'd be like, in a way that, like, one way that touch a specimen. In a way that one would, like, feel a waxwork. I like squeeze a melon. I want to squeeze his face. I hate Jethro. I love him though. I love him and I hate him. I'm afraid of him. I'm afraid of his deviousness and his machinations. I have first-hand account. I was witnessed firsthand into a rip off the Sun to the tune of £5,000. Like, what would he do for 3 million? Like, the Dispatches documentary by Channel 4 is capable of employing actresses and writing a script. It follows that other people are capable of these things also. And who is the intermediary between people who write scripts and hire actors and actresses? And the likes of Channel 4 other than literary agents. And bingo, right in the fucking middle. you got your Jethro. Right. Yes, smack bang in the middle of it all. Fucking, I must. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah. There you go. Only a Jethro. Yes. Yeah. There we are. Right in the fucking middle of it all. Of course it's him. Of course it's Jethro. The messenger. Little Mercury. Fleet-footed Mercury, is it? You know, everyone's confidant, everyone's friend, everyone's best pal, buddy. Good little Jethro there. Always, you know, nice and reliable, swift, efficient, to the point. Yeah, like, simple and effective. Like, inherently conservative is what he is. He is a Corrigan type. He's a Corrigan. He's a Corrigan, but he's a little bit more than a Corrigan. He's a womanizing Corrigan, or he's a Corrigan who could be a womanizer, almost. He's almost charming enough to be. Is he charming? Like, I don't know, like, what it is about him women find interesting. It's like his poetic soul, like his bleak and mundane, like, very prescriptive, very dogmatic left-wing outlook. Like he's the wrong sort of leftist. This is really what he is. He's the wrong sort of left-winger type, since he's the sort who will believe that the left is something to do with social justice, something to do with equality, but the idea that left-wing politics is traditionally associated with agrarian issues, whereas right-wing politics is traditionally associated with urban mercantilism, would flummox him. Because he doesn't really know anything about politics. He doesn't really know anything about politics or economics. Hasn't really studied those disciplines. And it's not that his attitude, fucking hell, whoa, is wrong per se. Or it's not that he's not well-meaning, I don't think. Well, then again, he is devious. He's sly. He's up to these schemes and scams all the time. I don't ever know what came of that Sun newspaper business. I never found out what happened. Nothing seemed to happen. Did he actually get paid off to the tune of £5,000? That seems a bit rich, really. He has to walk off with 5 whole grand for what is clearly fraud. What is clearly teenagers running amok. And then he goes on to more ambitious frauds. But the pattern of offending remains the same. the faked messages, the faked accounts. Could such things be faked for 3 million? That's an awful lot of money. And, where's it going? Brand's lawyers and Tavistock's lawyers, is it? And Jethro is the intermediary. And who are the lawyers? He's able to get ahead of it. Is that possible? Let's at least find out what he knows about all this. But yeah, I see, like, he picking up that phone that day, that woman, the Mr. Bean face, like, unable to believe his luck. A sly little reptilian, really. Yeah. I know you so well. I spent so much time around you, Jethro. I knew you'd be trying to get ahead of that. You might even set up your fucking self. Or whatever it was. Like, you try to outwit this hurricane. But then they shuffle you off to Curtis Brown once you look like you become a liability. Like, you've exposed yourself. You've made yourself look vulnerable by doing it. You put yourself at the centre. But you've made yourself a middleman in the process. I mean, I suppose if you're at the centre, you are a middleman ultimately. Middle class. Jeffrey's like, the essence of like a bourgeois working class type, isn't he? He's ultimately an employee. He's Iago. He is totally the same thing. The boss man is like, well, that's Othello, isn't it? Whereas head of Tavistock Wood is Othello, and Othello's God, what's her name? Tatiana. Sorry. No, whatever. Right in the centre of it all, Jethro. You must speak out. I must hear your statement about all this. I must hear your confession about all this. I think it's exactly on 13.